Hi everyone, it's Annika here with Thrive Mentoring. I'm back and I know my last two videos, they kind of cut off and I was in the middle of telling my story. I think I'll just kind of pick up where I left off. So I think I was at that part where I wasn't sure if my husband had an affair partner or not, but there were names that were mentioned, thrown around during, all these talks that we were having and whatnot. Like I mentioned before, usually what you will ever hear from from your spouse as the betrayed spouse is only the tip of the iceberg. And so, knowing that now, as I look back on it, it's almost 100% certain that he did have an affair partner, but I just didn't know who it was. And I'm really glad that I didn't go searching for her in particular. I did call the woman who I suspected that who I thought it was. But if someone is going to deceive in that way, along with your husband, right? This was my way of thinking. I don't think I thought this in the moment, but now looking back on it, right? If someone was going to deceive that way, they're also not going to be upfront and honest with you when you go in and have a conversation with them. If you make the effort to call and have a conversation. So I could have been given the truth by this person, but I doubt it. I do think that there was another woman, because it's knowing what I know now. Men don't leave women without there being another woman on the side. They just don't. There's really no they don't do it. There's always a woman on the side. I don't think there's any exceptions to this. It's a rule. There could be people in the comments that disagree, but it might not be a hard and fast rule, but the percentage is so high it's really stacked against you in that scenario. Men just don't leave without there being another woman in the sidelines, no matter what they say. So you have to remember that cheaters are liars, and boy, I've learned a lot, and I I want to help other women through the same stuff that I've been through. I I would like to help couples too, but here's the deal. There are so many programs out there. That's my dog. My dog is just like shaking it all up over here. Um, so as I was searching for help, getting help for myself through all of this, to be quite honest with you, I couldn't find the help that I needed. Um, I skipped around to a few different therapists and a few different coaches. And a variety of different groups. And none really seemed to fit very well. And there is this model out there. It's the main model that you will find. It's what the empire is built on. The betrayal trauma empire is built on this. That's where you get your CSATs and your APSATs and all of that. Any of these Facebook forums that you go into, they're all going to say, everyone's going to say, well, you need, if they're informed at all, they're going to say, well, you need to get your husband needs to get a CSAT, and you as the betrayed, you need to get an APSAT. But what I have found, which I did, I got an APSAT myself, and my husband got a CSAT, and that stands for Certified Sex Addiction Therapist. The APSAT stands for, let me see if I can remember. I don't remember now. It's gonna bug me though. But it's like a betrayal trauma informed coach or something like that. It's the, but what I didn't like with all of that was that it came from a model of victim blaming. And I really, really was not okay with that. It bothered me a lot. I was not good with that at all. It, like, over and over and over, it was all about victim blaming. It was blaming me for my husband's problem, and quite honestly, his abuse of me, his emotional and his psychological and sexual coercion of me. And I even found this like in the Christian counseling and everywhere. And I was like, no, no, I'm not okay with this. And then I would go to other counselors where they would do somatic healing, like where they were trying to do like EMDR, but it was quick EMDR, and it was called ART, accelerated resolution therapy. And this one particular man was doing that. That's my dog. Hold on. Hold on. She's so cute. She's a Pyrenees. You scratched? Come on in. She's so funny. I love her. Um, yeah, so I went to get ART one time because I heard really good things about ART. I'm not sure anymore. I really don't know, to be quite honest with you. I kind of think it was snake oil. I don't know. I went a few times and I really don't know what to think of it anymore. I mean, people that go and do that, you're going because you're in severe, severe trauma. You're in a severe trauma state. And that was me. I was in a severe, severe trauma state. And I don't know, people would say, well, did it help? And honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll tell you what helped: getting away from my husband. Yeah, getting away from my husband. That was the only thing that helped. So, he was abusive because everything that he did was abuse. So, getting away from him and going no contact with him, that's what helped. So, that when I want to help women, um, that's going to I don't want to necessarily just, what am I trying to say? I don't want to be like, well, I just want to push women towards getting them away from their husbands who have betrayed them. No, it's a process. It's a process because did I just hear from um, did I just have my D-Day and then just decide, well, I'm going to leave? No, it's a process. And you don't just you can't just leave. Some situations are, I mean, every situation is so different. So but helping women work towards that and knowing what is happening to them is abuse, that's very important to me because that help was not there. And recognizing that what is happening is abuse, recognizing that the pornography use in their home that their husband is using and trying to get them to use also, um, coercing them possibly to use under, like, maybe I don't want to use this, like, this isn't okay, this doesn't feel good. That's abusive. Pornography is abusive. So I just want to bring light to this topic, and nobody else is. And I'm going to speak out against it and help women where I can. So, um, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, I think I was saying I would like to help men too, but the rates of pornography use are so sky high, even within our Christian communities, and especially within our Christian communities, that I cannot, I cannot with a, I don't know, just, I can't sit there under these, because I've actually wanted to possibly go do coaching with some other Christian organizations and coach with their women's coaching groups. But a lot of these groups um, also are under an umbrella with men, and they do coaching with their men too. And so the women and men kind of work together. Um, and I've heard a lot of like the men leaders talk about, well, let's not bash the men, or, you know, stuff like this, when the men are really the ones that need to be bashed because they are the ones that are causing the emotional distress. And they are the ones that the women need to get away from because they're not stopping the sexual coercion. And it's not okay. And no one's calling it out. And I'll call it out. So, the Christian men, like my husband was supposed to be a Christian. I don't know what he is. That's between him and God. I don't know what he is. So he just kept lying and lying and lying, and I'm tired of saying, um, well, it's a struggle. No, it's not. It's abusive. It's abusive, and it's abusive to your wives. You're abusing your wives because it doesn't stop at pornography. And of you men, all of you men that are using pornography, you all know that it doesn't stop at pornography. All of you have been using it since you were about 10 years old. And that's the way that you coped, and it's your binky. And you all have a secret sexual basement. And you're hiding it from your wives. And it's abuse. And if your wife knows anything about it at all, you're only telling her bits and pieces of it. It's sexual coercion because you're also enticing her into a sexual relationship with you, but you're not giving her the whole truth about what you're actually doing. What does God think of that? It's abusive. I wasn't going to live like that with my husband anymore. I didn't have a clue what stuff he had been into, what stuff he wasn't telling me. I don't know who he is or what he had done. I wanted to go get the polygraph and then realized as he started to write a disclosure, somehow, now I don't remember how, that he was planning on lying during the disclosure, the written disclosure. And when I found that out, I threw in the towel and I thought, why bother? My Christian husband. So, um, yeah, um, I called out a Christian leader a while ago, and so many people got mad at me. They unfriended me. I was okay with it. But with the rates of pornography as they are, and knowing everything that I know now about men's secret lives and what they do, there's just guys, if you're a woman and you need some help navigating this stuff, I would love to help you through it. But if you're a man and this is the kind of stuff that you're doing to your wife, man, it's time to get real. What are you doing? What are you doing? Especially if you're a Christian, Jesus is about to come back. Don't treat your wives like that. Don't treat your wives like that. They're precious. The Lord gave you that wife to love, to cherish, to protect, not to use, abuse, and lie to. Don't hurt her. Make things right with God. Make things right. Get on your knees. Make things right and repent. And stop doing the things that you're doing. You can stop. If you have the Holy Spirit in you, you can stop. Get on your knees. This is a very, very serious issue. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.